everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to show you guys how to make Christmas earrings with the cutters that you probably already have. As you may know by now, I am not a huge fan of buying trendy cutters and I am more interested in using my classic cutters and come up with different designs. By the end of this video, you will see that I only use like 4 of these cutters with some mini round cutters to make 6 pairs of Christmas earrings. So first I start with my round cutters. I flatten out my red clay using pasta machine. Then I make a long but thick rope out of my white clay. I flatten it a little bit but not completely. It is still much thicker than the red clay sheet. Then you can use a needle or a toothpick to make the white rope fluffy. I have this multiple needle tool that is a lifesaver in these fluff making situations. Then I cut the amount that I need and put it on the red clay. If you see any bits of white clay falls on the red clay, you can just gently clean them with a wet wipe. You can generally use wet wipes to clean your clay from fingerprints or dust or anything. Then I flatten out a piece of black clay and the thickness is the same as the red clay. Then I cut a belt out of it. I want to use the biggest jumping ring that I have as buckle, so I try to cut the belt a bit narrower than the jump ring. Then I place the belt on the clay so it can form a cross with the white rope. Then I cut out my earrings and then I place the jump rings on top and press it just a little bit to secure the jump ring. Then I take the extra clay out and I don't like it. I feel like it's too big, so I cut them one more time with a smaller round cutter and I feel this one is way cuter. Then I fluff off a piece of white clay and cut 2 small circles with my smaller cutter. I have a set of round, small, 2 tiny cutters that I use every day for all projects, and I even make my earring holes with them before baking the clay. Here are the earrings baked. I think these Santa suit earrings came out super cute. For the second design, I want to use the round cutters to make a snowman. I usually don't move my clay before baking, but I try to put them in the way that is aligned with my camera so that you guys can see it. I flat out a piece of dark brown clay and used the tiny cutters that I told you guys about to make eyes, smiles and buttons. I also use them to make the holes for the earrings. These are like $6 on Amazon and worth every penny. Then I roll a small piece and use my cutter to cut some twigs and branches to use as hands. At last I make the nose using the orange clay, and here are the results. For the next design, I used the round cutter and cut out 2 circles from my white clay. Then 2 smaller red circles and cut the earring holes. Then I make this brownish beige color and cut the same size circles as the red ones. Then I use the bigger round cutter that I use for the white clay, and I cut the edge a little bit. Hopefully the video is more clear than my words. Then I place them on the white ones and make sure they are in the center. Then I sing the Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer in my head as I make 2 big red noses for my reindeers. Then I use my cutters to cut eyes for my reindeers. Please note that although these cutters are super helpful, you can also make the eyes either by making 2 small balls or even using your dotting tool to paint them with acrylic paint on the clay. Then I cut some ears for my Rudolphs. Another helpful tip is that if you want to clean up a small area, you can use hand sanitizer and a Q-tip and just gently swipe if the wet wipes are too big for those areas. Then I make the antlers by cutting some branches out of the dark brown clay. Then I use my dotting tool and black acrylic paint to complete the eyes. Then white paint and some dotting tool to make some snow effect on the upper part, and here are the results. For the next design, I use my drop shape cutter to make 2 little Christmas gnomes. I use my flower shape cutter to cut the beard. Then I pull the petals a little bit to make them more beardy looking like, and I'll place them on the earrings. Here I'm showing you that you can also cut them freehand and you don't need the flower cutters. Then I make the big noses, and then I cut some strips for the hats and cut them with the cutter. Here are the final results. Unfortunately, the beards had some bubbles that I didn't notice, but anyways, they are very cute. For the next design, I want to use some small stamps that I found in dollar stores, and I think not enough people talk about stamps on polymer clay. My stamps are in the shape of snowflakes, and I use my silver ink pad as the color. I think stamps are very underrated in polymer clay community, and I use them very often and every chance that I get to make patterns and textures on my clay. Then I cut 2 gnomes and use the same cutter to make the beards. This time I also make mustaches and 2 big noses. I make a red robe. If you like to make it even throughout the robe, you can use a cake smoother just like me, or any other flat surfaces to roll it on your surface. I do the same thing to make a white robe. Then I twist them together and use my cake smoother again to smoothen the surface. Then I cut 2 small candy canes and give them to my gnomes. Here are the final results. For the final design, I cut 2 white flowers with my flower shape cutter. Then I cut 2 small faces. You can either use an oval or round shape cutter for the faces. Then I make Santa hat by making a ball in the palm of my hands and then roll it from just one side to have a drop shape. Then extend the narrow part to the side to have this shape. Then place the hats on the heads. Then make the fluffy part out of white clay and cover the part between the hat and the face. Make 4 cinnamon roll shape clay and use them as beard. Make 2 small balls for the nose and big mustaches. Then I paint the eyes with my dotting tool and put some eye pins on top of the hats. Here are the final results. I think they turned out very cute and adorable. I just realized that I can also use them with the suit part, but they will become a very big earrings, very long earrings. So I hope you like this video. I also put some of my previous Christmas earring videos in the description if you want more ideas. Thank you for watching and have a great day.